she needs to find a way to bring this leopard out of Madargan and back to where it came from in order to even be allowed to leave the country of Moravia. Oh my god, is that not a scene?
They sell everything here.
Guess this isn't actually an area you can interact with.
They sell everything here.
Looks like there's a garage behind this curtain. That'll be important later.
Colonel, we've taken the town of Mori. Soon we'll be standing at the gates of Madargan.
Then there's the south. Savage and superstitious. All loyal to Rodin.
About that, Colonel, I got some news. One of our patrols shot down a light aircraft, and Rodon's daughter was on board.
What? Are you sure?
I'm very sure. She left Europe to meet up with her father.
And is she dead?
We checked the crash site. We found only the pilot.
Malkia. The stupid irony. Christ, I told her to stay where she was.
Huh? So you knew this woman, Colonel Siri?
Find Rodin's daughter, Captain. Whatever it takes. She must not make that rendezvous with her father.
Are you looking for a rug, miss? Look, are they not magnificent?
No, thank you. I have to leave. I don't really need a rug.
But the quality is exceptional. Go ahead, miss. Feel the quality. It costs nothing to touch.
I'd love to, but I really don't have time.
While the revolution in Moravia is growing by the day, the official Moravian government remains bizarrely silent. No word has yet been heard from the king, and despite official denials from the Minister of Health, rumors abound that the sovereign is seriously ill. The situation remains critical in the north, where reports are piling in of bloody reprisals by rebel forces against populations loyal to the king. Initial reports suggest the body count could be measured in the hundreds. We'll bring you updates on this crisis as they arrive. And moving on to sports, Davey, what's the prospect for our...
Why is everyone in this country white?
Hello, sir.
Hello, splendid stranger. Welcome to my modest establishment. What can I do for you?
Business seems to be good, despite the revolution.
Oh, who wants to get their head cut off on a bad hair day?
What is the prince going to do?
Our prince is a very smart man. maybe a bit too smart for his own good. He always manages to adapt to the time.
You're not worried?
Of course. I'm scared to death of this war lady. The rebels are nothing but bloodthirsty brutes.
And the king. Why doesn't he stand up to the rebels?
Oh, the king. Today, His Majesty is not much more than an old, tired lion, and the hyenas can smell it.
And what is the prince going to do?
Our prince is a very smart man. Maybe a bit too smart for his own good.
She just asked
He
that.
always manages to adapt to the time.
I have to go.
She's supposed to do that yet.
They don't seem very
Last week
happy
we
to
brought
see
you
me.
news of the serious disturbances at the Moranian frontier. Today we have reports that troops loyal to Colonel Siri have taken control of the capital, Mori, and that even the airport is now in the hands of the rebels.
Quiet. I can't hear a thing. Shh! We're watching the news.
Oregon Daily, Sunday edition. Rebels at the town gates. According to several sources, rebel forces from the Movement for a New Morania captured the city of Mori this Thursday after a day and a night of fierce fighting against loyalist forces. Mori, the capital of Morania, is home to some 75,000 inhabitants, mostly employed in cereal growing, the primary source of revenue for the region. The rebels have captured the city and its airport. Several military leaders have confirmed this information, while the rebels announced yesterday that their next target is to be our own princedom of Maragon. The loyalist army, reinforced by the king's elite troops, had hoped to turn Mori into an impenetrable fortress. Over the preceding 3 months, the city had been turned into the most heavily defended location in the country because of its strategic position and its economic importance. Probably supported by foreign forces, the rebels have continued their advance into the country, stopping yesterday just a few miles outside our town. According to official sources, they are already responsible for numerous atrocities: rapes, murders, systematic pillaging, torture. Nothing seems to be able to stand in their way. Will Maragon suffer the same fate as the once glimmering city of Mori, which is now a pile of simmering ashes? We have every reason to hope not. His Majesty Rodon, our beloved king, has not forgotten us, and his royal army is coming to our defense. Air crash in town outskirts. According to the eminent Professor Murad, she is a light civilian aircraft crashed 2 days ago in the desert, just a few miles outside of town. The unfortunate pilot died. His passenger... Is that right? His passenger, a young foreign woman, was found alive but badly shaken. She was transferred to the Catholic Infirmary St. John's to receive first aid and undergo routine medical examinations. The young woman will have the honor of completing her convalescence at the palace of Prince Suramar, who has kindly offered his hospitality. According to the eminent Professor Murad, she is in a stable condition and out of danger. The accident has caused her no more than some light bruising. The wreck of the plane has also been brought into town. An extensive examination of the wreck has determined that the plane sustained continued fire from armed once belonging to the insurgent forces. A message of the prince. In response to the massive exodus of the Matagan population, the prince has urged his citizens to remain in town. The population movements are making military maneuvers difficult and provide cover for enemy spies attempting to infiltrate the country. Moreover, the rainy season is approaching, and adventuring onto the roads leading to the banks of the swollen River Mori can prove extremely dangerous. Mr. Gunned down at roadblock. A criminal was shot by police Monday night after attempting a holdup at the Royal Bank of Lupugon. Objects found in the perpetrator's possession confirm his aggressive nature. The robbery attempt took place Monday night at about 11 p.m. when a total of 3 individuals armed with pistols tried to force entry into the bank by ramming a stolen car at high speed into the main entrance. The event occurred at Ajame, not far from the small village of Nyagandgue. Mulgrave art. A renowned French museum has just acquired several Mulgrave sculptures dating from the 18th century, ample proof, if any were needed, that Moranian art deserves its place among the world's greatest collections. Mr. Medawi, curator at the Moranian National Library in Moore, expressed his great pride during an interview with the French press. The Mulgrave funeral statues will be on exhibition throughout the year in the museum's main gallery. The famous explorer Anne Smith will be present at the exhibition's opening. Readers will be familiar with Anne Smith as the author of several books describing the wonders she discovered during the years she spent exploring the Morania. Most notably, her book The Lost Paradise of Morania has been influential in promoting our magnificent country to an international audience. Visit Morania and click morania.com. Hassan's Garage. All vehicles repaired, used cars, utility rentals, free oil change. Matargan Photo. You're Mohammed. Spectacles, games, weather, sports, love. Farewell performance for Moalud Janan's Black Rose of the Desert at Matargan's Suramar Theater tonight. It is difficult to remain unmoved by the sight of a beautiful and talented Jamila Abdel Hafusi as she brings to life the legendary Black Rose of the Desert, facing her tragic destiny with all the courage and selflessness typical of Moranian women. This classic work, beloved of all Moranians as the founding stone of our theatrical tradition, retraces the founding myths of our country and our culture. Western Morania is in the grip of a region of high pressure currently moving very slowly towards the northwest. Meanwhile, the light winds in the south carrying into the southwest remain nonetheless very humid and unstable. A few heavy storms are expected in the course of the day, accompanied by gusts of wind that could exceed 50 mph. Professor Ibn Al-Sok. A solution for every problem, 100% success rate, serious and discreet. Don't pay before you see the results, honest and effective. Help with all your personal problems, whatever they are. A rare hereditary gift from father to son. Spell removal, love, lucky numbers, attract clients, exams, competitions, bewitch your enemies, lucky charms and amulets, return of a loved one. So, this is what I find funny. Anne Smith is going to be at this museum, right? This came out in 2006. Now, if we look back at her book, Anne Smith wrote this book 96 years ago in 1910. So she's already got to be like ancient, like a century and a half years old. So maybe it's like an Anne Smith Jr.?
The northern provinces are today in the grip of what can only be called a popular revolt. A revolution is sweeping through the region under the leadership of the exiled Moranian opposition that crossed into the country 2 weeks ago to spearhead operations. Here is an interview with Conrad Siri.
This is a revolution to restore freedom after years of dictatorship. Our objective is to install a parliamentary democracy as soon as possible in Morania. Everywhere, in the towns and in the countryside, I urge you, the people, to rise up against the oppressor and join the revolutionary forces for a new Morania. I also urge the remaining partisans of the butcher Rodin to put down their weapons. I promise them all that they will be granted the compassion and mercy that their goodwill and their civic conscience demands.
Excuse me? You don't have many clients. Is it because of the war?
You too would do well to go home, miss. Morania is no place for tourists at the moment.
That's very clearly Colonel Amelia from Siberia, too.
Do you think the rebels will be here soon?
But they're already here, miss. For the time being, they've gone into hiding, merging with the shadows. But tomorrow you'll see.
Are you saying there are already rebel spies in town?
You should trust nobody, miss. Nobody at all.
You talk as if there's no hope left. Doesn't the king have a chance of pushing back the rebels?
Oh, miss is joking with me. Rodan, the king, doesn't even know what day it is. And the army disappeared. Melted into the population, hoping for better days.
You act as if the rebels have already won the war. Can't anything be done?
Leave. Get far away, miss, and very fast. Head south and don't look back. Then go home and forget about Morania.
Thank you.
I already told you everything I know.
What's the point? It's locked. I don't know what to say.
Graphics are so beautiful. I think they're very realistic. Even if a little still. But everything was back then.
The storm season has been upon us for a few days. In the province of Balargan, the northern wind will bring cloud and rain all day. In the east of the country, the timorous lightning storms will soon give way to a thick blanket of cloud cover. Heavy showers of sustained rain are expected from noon on. While the River Maury has already reached flood levels, more heavy precipitation is expected over most of the territory in the days to come. Travelers are therefore advised to avoid using the traditional fording points on routes into the south.
I love how he keeps walking through her.
Hi, sir.
Miss? Hassan. Nice to meet you.
I need a car.
Cars? I don't have. Everybody's leaving. I sold everything.
I think that's Boris Jarrow from Comkalsgrad.
You don't have any vehicles left?
Nothing.
I can't believe it. There must be something with 4 wheels and an engine amongst all this junk.
Oh, there is. The rusty hulk of an ancient truck that's been rotting away since, 1938. No battery, no radiator fan, and no tires. You won't be getting far in that, I'm afraid.
I'll find the missing parts, Hassan. You just get that heap of junk on the road.
Well, it ain't that easy. Well, why not? Okay with me.
Events seem to have been a blessing for your business.
I sold all my cars, true enough. But war ain't much of a blessing for anybody. Not even for people like me.
So, what do you think about this war?
You don't think about war, miss. You get scared, you wait till it's finished. And you try to stay alive.
What about the revolutionaries? Maybe they do have a point.
Some think so, yeah. They say our king is royally screwed. But I don't get involved in politics and all that.
Coming right up, Hassan.
Okay. I'll be here. Miss, there's not a lot more I can add. Miss, there's not a lot more I can add.
Where'd you go?
This hand pump is perfect for filling the gas tank.
Here's the plane that she crashed in. Oh, she's remembering it. Ambassador Sion, I can't read that over the interface. Mekulu, Moranian Ambassador, 36 Rue de Pinson, Geneva. Cher and Mademoiselle, I am with as insecure that there is given is a mind to join the Moranian. Your disposition to aircraft is waiting to take. You should be able to meet. Please do not hesitate to contact me. It is service. I look forward to hearing your reply. Your devoted servant, Ambassador Bijono Miku.
The mechanic probably needs this battery. I reckon this spring will come in handy later.
She just did. That's hilarious.
That's not going to help him. What do we still need before the truck's up and running?
Radiator fan and tires. Tires and a radiator fan.
Looks like the wreckage of a plane.
Yep. They brought it in last week. I'm gonna rip out the battery and a few bits and pieces from the engine. For your truck.
Where did this plane come from?
It was shot down. Crashed in the desert. The pilot's very dead. It ain't a pretty sight.
And the passengers? Were there any passengers?
Don't know much about that, miss. The only thing I'm interested in is the engine. Everything else ain't none of my business.
Coming right up, Hassan.
Okay. I'll be here.
Careful, miss!
Hello, sir.
Miss,
Can I go through?
one doesn't leave town just like that. Let me see your pass.
So, what kind of pass do I need to get out of this town?
Complete this document with an ID photo, and it needs to be signed by the prince. Those are the rules.
I'll be back when I have the pass. See you soon.
At your service.
I wasn't done talking to him.
Hello, sir.
Miss,
Standing inside each other now.
I'm not allowed to go anywhere I want?
at the moment it seemed like everybody wants to leave. Though where they think they're going, I don't know. So we check the flow, miss.
Are a lot of people leaving town?
It's because of the rebels. They scared the wits out of everybody. I'm telling you, miss, there's a war on.
You really think the situation is that serious, then?
Folks say the rebels respect nothing and nobody. Say there are a lot of people dead up there in the north.
But the rebels are still far from Matagan, aren't they?
Their spies are already within the walls, miss.
But the king will chase off the invaders, won't he?
Of course. The king, our king, is great. May God protect him.
I heard that he's weak and sick. They say he won't come to rescue his people.
His Majesty, Rodon, is our most beloved king. Do not say such things against him, stranger.
I'm looking for some spare parts for a truck. Can you help me?
It's not my job to dig up parts, miss.
Catch you next time.
So she came from this direction.
In fact... hello? I'd like to cross the river and...
Everybody's trying to leave these days, miss.
And yet, our king is coming to our rescue along this very river. His army is ready, his soldiers brave as lions. They are waiting for the appointed hour in the belly of the Black Vault.
The Black Vault?
Black as night, my beauty. The king's floating palace. The Black Vault navigates the river that runs past our feet. Endlessly back and forth it goes, following the river's course as it snakes across the whole of Morania. From within its hold, Rodon watches over the whole of our people.
I think that's the Patriarch of Romansburg.
That's convenient.
It is an enormous boat. Imagine, stranger. All the bridges, all the way along the river, have to be able to rise to let the boat pass beneath.
And it is an invincible fortress. A terrible power for destruction covered in cannon that Rodon will use to dam the river, block the invaders' route, and protect Madargan.
I have heard that the Black Vault hoards all the riches of Morania in its hold.
Our king would never rob his people. You can't say that. That's our king you're talking about.
And for how much longer? Soon the season of storms will be on us. You know well enough.
Yes? And so what? Everybody knows that.
The river will become a torrent like every year. And you know well enough, Yusuf, that the Black Vault doesn't navigate the high waters. It disappears mysteriously. They say that it steams upriver to the great forests of the east. High up at the river's source, where the waters are less agitated.
I know that too, Mohammed. What are you trying to imply?
If the river is flooded, Rodan won't come to our rescue, and he'll abandon the country to the cruel hands of the rebels.
Pshaw! You're just a scavenging albatross. Why...
Well, I'll be seeing you later, gentlemen.
I tell you, don't worry, stranger. Rodan, our king, will come.
Hi there.
Hi, I'm Mukhtar.
What are you doing here down by the waterfront? Shouldn't you be in school?
I help the boatmen load and unload the boats. I don't much like school.
Me either.
Mukhtar. You're not the brother of Aisha, the servant at the palace.
Yes, and you must be Anne Smith, the woman who fell with her plane. My sister has told me a lot about you.
What, in the last day?
It's a tiring job for someone your age.
The stormy season's on its way. The river will soon become a torrent, and the boats will all be moored up. I'll be out of work, and I'll rest up then.
Aren't you afraid of the war?
No, I'm not scared, Anne Smith.
I've heard the rebels are merciless.
I support the revolution. When the rebels get to Madigan, I'm going to ask them for a gun to fight with them.
It's awesome.
Shh! If you say that too loud, you'll end up in prison, Mukhtar.
I already chose which side I'm on. Maybe one day you should choose too.
Me? I'm just a foreigner caught up in this. I've got nothing to do with this war.
One day you'll know what you're doing here, Anne Smith.
Could you help me get these tires to the mechanic? I've got a truck to repair.
Sure I can. My sister said you've got to go on a long voyage.
He's still just standing there. I love it.
I wanted to ask... Hello? I'd like to cross the river and...
Everybody's trying to leave these days, miss.
And yet, our king is coming to our rescue along this very river. His army is ready, his soldiers brave as lions. They are waiting for the appointed hour in the belly of the Black Vault.
Well, I'll be seeing you later, gentlemen.
I tell you, don't worry, stranger. Rodan, our king, will come.
So she needs to make a pass somehow.
What do we still need before the truck's up and running?
Radiator fan and tires. Tires and a radiator fan.
Well, she got the tires already.
Hassan, do you know of any place where I could get some photos developed?
At the photographer's place, miss.
The photographer's closed down. It's really important that I get my film developed.
He must have left town, too. He has family in the south of town, I think. Maybe he left his keys with the guy that runs a cafe. It's his brother-in-law.
Coming right up, Hassan.
Okay. I'll be here.
Do anything new with this? Oh, there he is.
I don't know what else to say, Ann Smith.
I wanted to ask... The mechanic doesn't have the parts to patch up an old truck. Do you know where I could find some?
Take a look down on the docks. You can find anything there.
I need to develop some photographs. Who could do that quickly?
The photographer has closed his shop. I know because he's my brother-in-law.
Could I maybe use his laboratory?
You're asking the right man. I have the key.
I really need these photos urgently. I promise I won't disturb anything.
Okay. Only seeing out with you, miss. But be quick, huh?
Thank you. Hello, sir.
Hello, splendid stranger. Welcome to my modest establishment. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a fan, just like this one.
Oh, I'd love to let you have it, but you know, a hair salon of our reputation needs a little air conditioning. You understand?
I'd only need the bit that spins.
I have to admit, this new-fangled electric fan is not much of a replacement for my old feathered fan that quit last month. If you could fix the old antique, I'd be happy to let you have this noisy contraption.
I have to go.
Pixel hunting! How could anyone ever see that?
Here, I got your fan unstuck.
Oh, excellent, miss. 1,000 times thank you. So, would you do me the inestimable service of taking this noisy gizmo off my hands? I'm honored to have had this conversation, but I really have nothing left to add.
The rock guy just killed him, it looked like. Probably a rebel spy. has a photo developing puzzle. It's the murderer.
Hey! I hope the film isn't damaged.
Did I? What? Developed film. Alright then. And set the timer. Your timer. Why didn't she close the door behind her? Photos. I love how they're the same ones that are already hung up here. They're not the photo of her.
All I need now is the prince's signature and my pass will be valid.
Pass with photograph. Now let's just take this fan back to the auto the victim of the war. Maybe the rebels killed him for being indifferent or something. She doesn't have to pay for the truck. Now she can just get it started all by herself. If she can figure out how or what she's doing. She's gonna use this to fill it with gas, right? Maybe? She needs to get out of here quickly before she's murdered next.
They sell everything here. Still hunting. Okay. This right here is what she's supposed to be clicking on. Couldn't exactly look up walkthroughs immediately on your phone in 2006. forgotten something.
Too bad I can't talk to the gardener anymore.
Be quiet! Don't interrupt, lady.
You just walked right through it. I love that.
I wanted to ask... Well, here we go. I think I'm ready to leave, Prince.
So I see. Don't forget your traveling companion. You'll need this to let him out of his cage.
I have to go. No, I can't imagine why I'd give him that.
Has he already signed it then? See if I can say goodbye to everyone. I've never tried that. She literally took the path straight through her for no reason. That jar again. She can pick up the jar.
I think we have nothing left to say.
Hilarious.
Miss, I don't know what to say that could be interesting.
right in every possible direction now. For the kitty.
I must have forgotten something. Must have forgotten something.
What is she forgetting?
Huh. The leopard is in the truck. Goodbye, Prince. Take care of yourself.
Very well. Have a safe journey, Anne Smith. May God watch over you.
He signed it.
Goodbye.
You're gonna walk through her again. Yeah.
Information. Rebel forces are currently blocked 400 miles from the town of Maragan. The townspeople are flocking in their thousands to join the government forces, mounting a heroic defense against the cowardly invaders and their corrupt puppeteers in the imperialist Western powers. Further to the south, defenseless civilian populations have been horribly massacred by these same inhuman bandit rebels. In reply to the insurrection, numerous towns have declared a curfew and recruited militia units. And in measures designed to stem the massive exodus of the population, the Interior Minister has decreed that all movement within the country will be under strict control until further notice.
He didn't get amnesia again. The cage is busted open, so the leper got out. And she can't drive the truck anymore. Way to go.